Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to Queen Ahmadiyyah TV presents More Than Meets the Third Eye. So, as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time Queen Goddess goes live. Don't forget that you can follow me on Instagram at QueenAhmadiyyah, also on Instagram at divine_goddess_27, Brighton, Patreon, Melanated People, at Queen Ahmadiyyah, and Twitter at TheGoddess27. Hello, Desmond, Steve, Saint Esmont, Lady E, Judah Queen, Nathalie, Silent D, Nene, Louise, Slick Rick, Princess Kezia, Marilyn, Creatively Designed, Cherokee Descendant King, Aeon, Erica, A.B. the Great, Kim Lee, Neon Black. All right, let's get into it. Forgive me for being tardy, people. You all know how it is. The Queen is doing 1,000 things. Sometimes I try to be on time. Well, all the time I try to be on time. But sadly, sometimes I don't make it. All right? JP says, peace and blessings. Same to you, beloved. Hello, Terry Hinton. CH464 says, I'm Black Queen. Yes, you are. Okay. Judah Queen says, more people coming in. Okay, so I'm just going to let it roll for a couple of minutes, right? All right. So Christopher says, Friday night Black media still going strong. That's right. That's right. And thank you, Christopher. I saw your comment saying the Queen is not afraid to put in work. Thank you, beloved. I surely am not afraid. All right. So, hey, Dayan. So with that all being said, let's get into it, people. So listen. So I decided to talk about this because last night I was talking to a good friend of mine, right? And we were talking about how people try to impress and please other people. And I thought about how when you spend your time pondering on what other people think of you, and when you spend your time trying to please other people constantly, you often stress yourself out. You worry yourself. You develop complexes about yourself and all sorts of things. And when you are, thinking about these things, worrying about what people think and being concerned with how they feel about you and all those things, you cannot be at peace. You cannot be at peace. And so that's why I always tell you, Erica says, I really enjoy this channel. Thank you, beloved. Queen Adai says, people pleasers who are not thinking about you. Absolutely. Here's the thing. Let me say this before I get started. The thing is this. You know how I always tell you guys that however someone feels about me or whatever someone thinks of me is absolutely none of my business? That's true. You see, because I don't concern myself with what other people think. Desmond says, Captain Queen Ahmadiyyah. Thank you, beloved. Thank you for that and your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings to you. I don't concern myself with what other people think about me. I just can't do it because here's the thing. If I concerned myself and worried about, what other people thought, I would never be able to please myself because I would be busy trying to do what other people wanted me to do and trying to say what other people want me to say. Right? Okay? And that's right, October. You have to love YOU. Absolutely. Hello, Dervis. So I don't, it's not that I don't care what people think, because I do care to an extent. I mean, people that are relevant, right? But I just don't get caught up in, the people that hate, the people that, say negative things, the naysayers and all of that, and people who try to tell you, you shouldn't be doing this, you should be doing this, and all of that, and just worrying about what people think of, the life I'm living. I don't worry about that. See, many people who try to be people pleasers, they are so unhappy. Because here's the thing. I learned as a child that you can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all of the people any of the time. You just can't do it. It's impossible. And here's the thing that we should all think about. If you're fat, and then people will say, oh, you're too fat. You need to lose weight. So you lose weight. And then they say, oh, my God, you lost so much weight. Are you sick? You look sick. Are you eating? Is something wrong? Right? If you're single, they say, when are you going to get a man? Or when are you going to get a woman? And then you find somebody and then they say, when are y'all going to get married? What's the holdup? And then you get married and then they say, when are you going to have kids? Don't you want to have children? And then you have children, right? And then they say, don't you want more kids? It's all, so in other words, there's always something for people to say, whether you're doing good or bad. No matter what you're doing, people will always have something to say. Someone is going to have something to say, whether it's positive or negative, but there's always going to be something negative. Trust me, somebody's going to find something. Okay? So you can't spend your life worrying about what other people say. You have to love you for you and be true and authentic to yourself. That's why they say, to thine own self be true. That's what you have to do. So anyway, when myself and my friend were talking about this last night, I kept telling them, I kept putting them on hold because we were on the phone. I kept saying, hold on, let me write this down. Hold on, let me go write this down because I'm going to talk about this tomorrow on my spiritual channel. I forget that I said these things. You know, sometimes we drop gems and we don't even realize we're dropping gems, right? And then sometimes you say things just out of the moment, out of your spirit or whatever just comes to you. Maybe the ancestors whispered it in your ear and you regurgitated it. But at the end of the day, sometimes later, you know, you forget those thoughts, especially when you're somebody busy like me. You have all these different thoughts coming all the time. I'm an overthinker. So I think a lot of things and I'm always busy and doing a lot of things. So I jot things down, right? So I kept stopping the conversation. Hold on, let me write this down. I'm going to talk about this on my spiritual channel. So anyway, that's why I'm doing this video, because I want you all to realize how important it is for you to have peace, inner peace, right? Because it lifts your energy, INNERG. So I have composed a PowerPoint, but I'm not going to show the PowerPoint. I'm going to allow you all to see my face this time. But yeah, I'm going to read from the PowerPoint because I, like I said, wrote down these notes last night. So what is peace of mind? What is peace of mind? Peace of mind is a mental state of calmness and tranquility. It's like the freedom to be free from worry, stress, and anxiety, to be able to be calm in any given situation. You know how some people just try to push your buttons and they say things to tick you off, knowing that they're going to get you upset? Some people do this on purpose. They want to lower your energy. They want to make you feel bad about yourself or to make you feel like what you're doing isn't right. Some people absolutely do these things on purpose. These are the same people as the psyche vampires who drain you of your energy. So you have to learn to have inner peace and calmness within yourself. Inner calmness, inner peace, it calms the mind and allows you to just, you know, see your path or make your path cleaner and clearer. Helps you to focus and be more disciplined and to achieve your goals and expectations for yourself. You know, it's like when you know what you want out of life and you know what you need to do to get it and you know what you're looking forward to, it's easier for you to focus on that and to commit to it. And I tell you all the time to meditate and to remove the clutter from your mind. And the reason I tell you all to meditate is because it not only relaxes you, it helps you to focus and it helps you to stay disciplined. It helps you to really think on the things that are important to you, that are necessary for you, and the things that you know you need to do, right? So some of the things that you can do to help strengthen your inner peace, you can listen to peaceful music, like meditative music. I told you all before, I like to go to sleep, fall asleep listening to the Native American flute music. You can try deep breathing, right? That's why it's good to do yoga, because yoga, you know, tells you about breathing and all of those things. You can go for a walk. You can get in tune with nature. I tell you all the time to hug trees, smell the flowers, right? Take off your shoes and socks and walk through the grass. Ground yourself. Stand in flowing water, spring water, right? You can declutter yourself. Think about how, you know, if you're, I don't know about you all, but I can't work in clutter. You know, like if I am sitting in the office and I have a bunch of stuff piled on the desk, I just cannot work in those conditions. I have to clear everything out and make everything nice and neat so my mind can focus and I feel so much better. That's the way it works with your mind. You have to remove the clutter from your mind so that you can focus and so that your mind works better. A lot of us are caught up in our physical appearance as well. We focus on the physical, how we look on the outside. We put on makeup, right? We keep our hair done, our nails done. For the men, you keep your hair cut, you trim your beard, or you shave your beard. We take care of our skin and things like that, right? We constantly want to make sure we look good on the outside. We go to the gym and we work out and try to strengthen our muscles and all of these things. But at the same time you're doing all of this, are you working on your inner self, on your inner G, on your spiritual self, on your mental health and well-being, on your peace? Are you working on your inner peace? Sometimes we forget about that and we just focus on other things, the outside. But before you work and focus on the outside, you need to make sure you have worked on the inside, that you're constantly trying to elevate yourself and make yourself better. Being mindful that peace is very essential to good health and also to physical health, to the way that you look. You know, some people actually get blemishes and pimples and things on their skin from just being stressed out, right? So while you're working on your outside, you need to work on your inside. Thank you, Brown John, for your contribution to the channel, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings to you. So with that all being said, yes, Slick Rick says, peace over everything. That's right. JP says, I daydream since a child. Vivid daydreams of happiness. Absolutely. You see, when you daydream and you visualize these things, because there's something known as the art of visualization. It goes along with the art of manifestation. This is how you make things happen, how you can create your own reality, right? How you can just, the change starts from the inside to the outer shell. Absolutely, Queen Ahmadiyyah. So with that all being said, you have to focus on the inner self for everything else to function as it should, right? So, peace of mind sharpens the five senses. It calms down the mind and the emotions and enables you to focus more easily on mental and physical activities. The more tranquil a person becomes, the greater their success, their influence, their power for good. Calmness of the mind is one of the most beautiful jewels of wisdom. That's a quote from James Allen. And that's absolutely true. Louise says, this is so timely. Thank you, Queen. You're welcome, beautiful beloved. And thank you for your kind words and your contribution. Peace, love, and blessings to you. Esma, thank you for the super sticker contribution, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings to you. Dion says, that's right, Queen. As a life coach, I say this all of the time to my clients. Absolutely. Desmond says, don't laugh, y'all, but I daydream of me having a Jerry curl. That brings me peace. Desmond, clearly, that's a joke. I hope you are not sitting around daydreaming about Jerry curls, honey. That is clearly played out. Okay, now, inner peace or peace of mind is a colloquialism to refer to the state of being mentally or spiritually in tune and at peace, with enough knowledge and understanding to keep yourself strong in the face of discord and stress. Being at peace is considered to be one of the most healthy ways, and the opposite of being stressed out and anxious, but one of the most healthy ways to keep your body free of disease. You know, stress kills. You can literally die from stress. This is why people have heart attacks and strokes and things like that, right? And other illnesses, because you have no peace. So with that all being said, just remember to not stress yourself out about things that you can't change. Because let me tell you something. A lot of people worry about things that they shouldn't even worry about. Oftentimes we worry about things that are not even going to happen. But we just sit there and think, oh my God, this could happen. You worry about things that absolutely may never even happen. And you should stop doing that. Fear. That's just fear mongering for yourself, right? And stressing yourself out. So with that all being said, what did I tell you fear is? False evidence appearing real. That's what it seems like. It seems like it's real, like it's really going to happen. But you don't know what's going to happen. You just worry yourself for nothing. Instead of worrying, think of the positive things that you can do. Think of the positive things that you want to achieve. And when you're focusing your energies and your thoughts, focus on the things that you want as opposed to the things you don't want, as I have told you many times before. Peace of mind is an inner condition that is often disturbed by the outside world. You can learn to experience it independently of these external conditions and circumstances. If you just give yourself your positive affirmations every day, as I tell you, if you meditate, if you listen to music recorded at 432 hertz rather than 440, which is clearly for nefarious reasons and intentions and purposes. And also, after gaining the skill of peace of mind, because it is a skill. You see, it's a skill because everyone can't achieve peace of mind. And you know why some people can't achieve it? It's because they're busybodies. They're busybodies. Now, I don't mean they're busy working or trying to make money or trying to help the world or save the world. No, they're busybodies. People who go around gossiping. People who like to go around and find fault in others so that they can feel better about their own faults. These people, they cannot find peace because they're too busy worrying about other people and projecting their own insecurities onto other people. It's like a person who's in a relationship and they're being possessive and controlling. They have no peace in that relationship. They are so worried and concerned that this person's going to leave them. This person's going to cheat. This person's going to lie. This person's going to use them, abuse them. All of these things, and some of these things or all of these things may never even happen. But they worry about it. And they focus their time, efforts, and energy on that. And eventually, they manifest it. But then when they manifest it, they don't realize that it was a doing of their own, right? It was their own undoing. They seem to think, you know what? I was right all along. I knew they were going to cheat. I knew they were a liar. I knew they were no good. But a lot of times they bring this on themselves because you can manifest things even unwittingly. And that's what some people don't know. You're putting things out into the universe. When you're talking about things that you don't want, focusing your energies and thoughts on things you don't want, that's exactly what you get. It's what you don't want. So rather than sitting there, and here's another thing too. The reason these things happen is because I want you to pay attention. When you're in a relationship, right? And you're very just possessive and controlling because of your own insecurities, likely, right? What you're usually doing in that relationship is you're accusing the other person of something. You're pointing the finger of accusation at the other person for doing something. Oh, who are you talking to on that phone? Was that somebody that you're messing around with? And then you want to go snooping through their phone and trying to find out things, right? You want to start interrogating them when they come home. If you call them and they don't answer their phone, you instantly think they're up to mischief. So when you're doing all of these things and making these unfounded accusations, now sometimes, of course, they're founded, but I'm just saying, for the possessive mind, for the controlling mind, for the insecure mind, and the unpeaceful mind, right? This is a way of pushing the person away. This is a way of driving a wedge between you and the person. And the person may actually really love you or care about you, but you start doing this to the point that the person now, you have no peace. So now you've made them have no peace. What you should never do is destroy someone else's peace simply because you can't find your own. But when you do that by being a nitpicker, a control freak, a possessive person, an insecure person, an accusatory person who's always making accusations against someone and you don't have any proof that they even did anything, it's just your thoughts running away with you. When you do that, that person starts thinking, maybe this isn't a relationship for me. Maybe this person isn't all I thought they were. And then someone else gets their attention. And then, sometimes people say, well, why would they cheat on me with that person? They don't even look good. It's not about the person's looks. It's because you stole the person's peace from them by your accusations, always not trusting them, always thinking they're up to something. You've stolen their peace. But guess what? The minute you stole their peace, someone else gave it back. And then they go and cheat with that person because this person gives them the peace that you lacked. And that's often why these things happen in relationships. And so the bottom line is you have to find peace within yourself. Okay? That's what you have to do. Let me read some of the comments before I continue. Let me read some of these comments. Hold on. Your thoughts create your reality. Manifest. Absolutely, A.V. the Great. Replace a negative with a positive thinking. Yes, Pink Blue. Slick Rick says, listen to smooth jazz. It relaxes you. Yes, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. Terry says, teach Queen. Thank you, beloved. QueenAShakur says, OMG Queen, I dealt with that daily. I dealt with that daily. I had to exit stage right, especially when you chase people down to tell them to stop looking at her. Stress ages you. Yes, it does. It absolutely does, beloved. Dark Skin Brother says, me too, QueenAShakur, my sister. Okay, JP says, yes, yes, beautiful hearted person. And thank you, beloved. Dan Ruck says, that's deep. Thank you. Thank you all for interacting in the chats, and thank you for your kind words and support. So, with that all being said, you have to find peace in the midst of chaos. You know, when you realize that you can find peace even in the midst of chaos, that's when you know you have raised your levels of consciousness, because it's hard to do. It's hard to quiet the mind, especially when you're an overthinker like I am. I'm always thinking many things at the same time, right? And when you are an overthinker, you tend to worry a lot. And I'm an overthinker. But you know what? I don't worry a lot. I used to worry about everything so much. But when I realized that the more you worry about things, the more likely you are to bring them upon yourself. Tony says, I bring my own atmosphere wherever I go. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Nevermind says, thanks for the chakra. Thanks for firing up my root chakra, Queen. You're welcome, beloved. So this is just what we have to do, right? Now, instead of getting anxious and fearful, instead of thinking negative thoughts and expecting the worst, instead of getting all tense and unsatisfied and unhappy, you can choose to stay emotionally and mentally poised. And then you can be unshaken like the Queen. You see, I'm unbothered by haters. In fact, I love my haters. They give me motivation. I told you before, there's a whole scripture in the Bible about haters, making them your motivators, right? You know, they got that from the Bible where it says, make your enemies your footstools. That's the same thing as making haters your motivators. Stop worrying about what people say and think about you. Stop allowing people to change your energy and lower your frequency. Stop allowing people to dictate your actions. When you allow people to push your buttons, you know, like some people purposely say things to tick you off, to set you off, to get you upset and throw you off course and off focus, like the trolls when they come in the chat. When people do those types of things, you have to stop giving them any energy. You have to stop giving life to them because they're just trying to distract you from what you need to be doing, right? They're trying to steal your peace from you. Now, there's numerous ways and techniques that you can use to gain peace. You can practice yoga, meditation, visualization, affirmations, all different types of methods. And I told you all of these before. Inner peace is like a clean, spacious room, empty of unnecessary, old, broken down things. That's why I told you I like to work in a nice, clean area because my mind can focus. I can achieve my goals. I can do the things I need to do. That's the same thing with the mind. When you have goals that you have set for yourself, things that you want to achieve, you can do that you can do it better and faster, right? When you have a positive mindset, when you have inner peace, because inner peace brings you a positive mindset. Now, if you're always, you know, your mind's full of clutter, you're always worried and stressed, and you have no peace within yourself, that's all negative and low vibrational. So you're not going to have positive outcomes to the things you're trying to accomplish because you have too many negative aspects, you have too many negative thoughts and too much negative energy surrounding you, even as well as when you surround yourself with negative people. I don't like to deal with negativity and I don't like to deal with negative people. If you're negative, I don't have time for you today. I just don't. Now, here's the thing. You remember I told you the story of the young woman who worked with me, and I didn't really know her, but she asked for my number, and every time she called me, she was always telling me this sad story, and I spent so much time for at least a week or two trying to motivate, encourage, and inspire her to make her feel better about herself. But yet and still, she took none of my advice because she continuously called me with these sad stories. So one day I had enough. I had enough, and I told her, I said, listen, do not call me again until you have something positive to say about anything. about yourself, about your children, about your life, about anything. Because every time you call me, you want to throw a pity party. And you always want to tell me this sad story. I said, now, at first, I thought you just needed motivation and inspiration. But now I'm starting to see that you are just someone who is a psyche vampire. You're literally draining me of my energy. I was literally tired and drained every time I finished talking to this person. I just could not take it any longer. So you know what she did after I told her that? I said, don't call me until you have something positive to say about something. I don't care what it is. But until you have something positive coming out of your mouth, until you can start being optimistic as opposed to pessimistic, I don't want to hear from you. She didn't call me for an entire month. And when she called me, she was talking like she had some sense. Because I don't have time for it. That's what I don't have. Okay? I'll have time to try to help you feel better about your circumstances and your situation. But after I realize that that's not working, I'm just going to say, this is not what you want. You don't want to be positive. You want to be a crybaby. You want to be living in a whining zone. That's what you want to do. You want me to you want me to spend all of my time and attention trying to coddle you and sit there and listen to your sad sob stories. And I'm going to tell you something, people. If you have a person like that in your life or people like that in your life, these psyche vampires that are detrimental to your health, that will stress you out if you allow them to. So what you need to do is the next time one of them calls you with a sad story, and here's the thing, they only ever call you when they want something. Pay attention. These psyche vampires, they only call when they want something. And that's to lower your energy, right? So the next time one of them calls you, beat them to the punch, like I told you before. When they call you and you already know they're going to start telling a sad story, start telling them what? Oh, you know what happened? Oh, my God, my car broke down today. I mean, don't just make up lies because you're speaking into existence. But I'm just saying, whatever issue that you may be having, beat them to the punch and start telling them a sad story. And guess what they'll do? They'll get off that phone. Oh, honey, I can't talk right now. I got to go. They'll get off the phone. And you know why they'll do it? Because they don't care about your problems. They don't want to hear your negativity and your sad story because they want everything to be about them. They want you to spend all of your time listening to their problems, but they don't have time to listen to yours. That's what the psyche vampires do. You see, the reason they choose you to do this to is because you have a light inside of you that shines, illuminates. Because when this young woman asked for my number, I didn't know her. I had no idea why she was asking for my number. And then when I gave it to her and she started calling me with these sad stories all the time, I asked myself, what in the hell have I gotten myself into? Why is she choosing me out of all the people that work there to do this? And I talked to an older man that I also worked with, right? He was a shaman, as am I. But I talked to him about it and he told me, he said, that young woman sees the light that is within you. And she is attracted to it. So therefore, she's trying to dim your lights because she wants some of that energy. And she calls you with these sad stories. She's lowering your vibration. She's robbing you of your energy. He says, do you feel drained after talking to her? And I was like, yes. I can be so happy in such a good and upbeat mood, so high vibrational. By the time she calls me and puts all that piles, all of that negativity on me, I feel so tired, like I just need to lay down and take a nap. She's stolen my energy, and that's what psyche vampires do. And they'll steal your energy as long as you allow, but they won't let you steal theirs. They won't listen to your negative stuff and your sad stories, because for one, they don't even care. But they think you owe it to them to care about theirs. So stop trying to people please, because you cannot please everyone. At the end of the day, this is your life. You only have one life to live, right? Until you go through the spiritual realm and return. But until then, you have this life to live and you have to spend it pleasing yourself before you please anyone else. If you're not happy with yourself, if you don't have inner peace within yourself, how can you bring peace to someone else's life? If you are a chaotic person, if you are a person who is insecure, if you are a person who is controlling, a person who is not happy with yourself, all of those things, you're going to project them onto other people that are in your life, other people that are around you. That's what you're going to do. Your negativity will fall upon them because, as I've told you numerous of times, energy is contagious. It is very contagious. Remember the scenario I gave you. You walk into a room, everyone's having a party, And everyone's excited and happy to see you, and they're smiling. They're so glad you came. And you feel happy and excited to be there. You're so upbeat with such high energy and vibrations because that's what you're receiving, right? That energy is falling upon you. It's contagious. But on the flip side, if you walked into that same room and everyone is looking at you like, who invited them? Like, did you tell them to come? No, I didn't tell them to come. Why are they even here? I don't even like them. Do you? No, I don't like them either. And everybody's looking at you with a stank face and whispering about you and all that stuff. Then you're going to be like, though you walk in with a positive attitude and demeanor, you're going to look around and see everybody with all this negative energy for you as you came in. And you're going to have negative energy. You're going to be like, what the hell is everybody looking at me so crazy for? What's wrong with them? And that is the way energy is contagious. It literally is. Because remember, energy is not created nor destroyed. It's merely transferred from one thing to another. So it's absolutely contagious. And that's why you need not surround yourself with negative people who are always just, being pessimistic, who are always thinking of the bad side of things rather than the good. Those people who view the glass as half empty rather than half full. When you surround yourself with those people, they're blocking your blessings. And they're blocking your blessings because for the simple fact, their negativity is falling on your shoulders. And so whatever energy you're putting out is the energy you'll receive. So if you're putting out the same negative energy that they're putting out, then you will have a negative outcome as well. Misery truly does love company, as I told you before. Negative people want to make other people negative. They want to lower their vibrations. Those people are haters. They're jealous. They're just depressed, and they want you to be depressed. They're unhappy, so they don't want to see you happy. That's just what it is. And so you have to work on your own peace of mind and your peace within yourself. And if you're in a relationship, whether it's a monogamous relationship, a platonic relationship, or whatever, right? Even if it's your own family members, if you're dealing with people or a person who is exuding negative energy, who is toxic, you need to feed them with a long-handled spoon and stay away from them until they change. If they're not going to change their energy, then you need to change your thinking and the way you deal with them and the way you exist around them. And that should be scarcely. Okay? That's what you should be doing. Now, when you remove all of the unnecessary and useless things from your mind, you become more alive, more energized, more radiant, more vibrant. The negative and meaningless thoughts, they'll be gone. And you can see everything more clearly. That's why a lot of people can't open their third eye, because their mind is too full of negativity, because they're eating toxic foods and things. They're not eating clean, so they're not thinking clean thoughts. When you have all these perverts, someone asked me on the last broadcast about what I thought about R. Kelly's trial. R. Kelly is an example of negativity, right? As far as being around negative people, as far as eating toxic foods and drinking things that are lowering your vibration. They say you are what you eat. This is absolutely true. If you eat things that are full of GMOs, that are full of toxic chemicals and all these things, you are going to act like the things that you're consuming. If you eat pork, you're going to act like a pig. And I know some of y'all don't want to hear that because some of y'all love y'all bacon. Some of y'all love y'all pork chops and all that stuff. And if you're still eating pork in 2021, please stop. But at the end of the day, you start to act like what you are consuming. If you're eating toxins, guess what? You're going to be toxic. Yes, Terry, the third eye is blocked. It's calcified, right? You cannot open your third eye when you're so full of darkness. Negativity is dark energy. It is dark energy, and when you are full of dark energy, how do you enlighten yourself? How do you raise your Kundalini energy? How do you become illuminated? How do you open the third eye and activate the pineal gland, right? How do you do that? You don't. And so that's why a lot of people walk around blindly as the sheeple. And we say they walk around blindly because their third eye isn't open. They're third eye blind, literally. Now, here's another thing. I'll say this in closing. We can't always control the thoughts that enter our minds. We just can't. Sometimes random thoughts just come to us. We can't always control the thoughts that enter our minds. But what you can control is how long you allow those thoughts to reside in your mind, to take up space in your mind. You can control that. Yes, Terry says darkness equals demonic spirit. Yes, you open yourself up to demonic energies and entities when you surround yourself with negativity. They thrive off of that. Because as I've told you before, demons cannot reside in a peaceful environment. They come to create chaos. They come to kill, steal, and destroy. They are the devil's minions, right? So they thrive on this darkness, this dark negative energy that gives them a chance to fester, to take up residency in your brain. And then the next thing you know, they start dictating your thoughts and even your actions. First, they oppress you, they infest you, oppress you, and then they possess you. So you have to be full of light, right? That's what you have to do. So stop worrying about things that you can't change. Stop people pleasing. And last but not least, don't forget what I said about not destroying someone else's peace just because you can't find yours. I had to learn that myself. I had to learn that myself because of, things that I went through as a child. I had issues about certain things. I didn't trust people. I was always suspicious. I always thought people had bad intentions. And sometimes people actually do. You have to be on your P's and Q's. But sometimes people don't even give you a reason to think these things, and you just think it. It's because of your own insecurities. It's because of your own lack of being able to trust people, right? And so don't entertain the thoughts. Absolutely. Absolutely, beloved. And so with that all being said, try to stay high vibrational, motivated, encouraged, and inspired. Try to be a light that shines bright, and try to share your light with another. Remember, no candle loses its flame from lighting another. Be the person that you want to see. And though we can't change the world sometimes, we can change ourselves. We can change ourselves and evolve to become a better version of ourselves. So with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in once again to Queen Ahmadiyyah Presents More Than Meets the Third Eye. Enjoy the rest of this lovely evening. Don't forget to do your affirmations daily and meditate daily, even if it's only for 10 minutes. And, make sure that you're praying and having conversations with the Most High. I'm sure the Most High would love to hear from you. Some of us, sadly, only speak with the Most High or only pray to the Most High when we need something, when we want something. You should not be doing that. You should be having conversations with the Most High on a daily basis about anything, not just about what you want and need. Thank the Most High. Show your gratitude. Have an attitude of gratitude. That will bring you an abundance of things. Have an attitude of gratitude and pray sometimes just to say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to still be here, though many of my ancestors didn't make it. Thank you for allowing me to be in my right frame of mind. Thank you for allowing me to be a gift and a blessing to others. Thank you for allowing me to be able to share my love and my thoughts and my hopes and my dreams with people that are important to me. Always give an attitude of gratitude. So with that all being said, I love you all to life. Enjoy the rest of this night. Stay high vibrational. Do something productive and constructive, never destructive. Remember to keep the Most High first in your life always. And remember, I've got my third eye on you. Until next time, Royal Family. Peace.